Steve, how are you? What's the situation now?
I guess the situation's moving forward as well as it possibly could. I'm making progress every day. I've done my course of injections that I was going to have. So, like I said, yeah, it's moving forward as well as it possibly can.
What odds would you give yourself now of competing?
Probably better odds than I first gave myself when I first arrived in Berlin. I think I said 50-50 then, and maybe I've moved up to 60-40 now.
The Australian team obviously has more confidence in that because, a couple of days ago Eric was already saying sort of 70-30 chance. Is he being overly optimistic?
Yeah, I think he's been optimistic with that, but look, it's about my long-term health and being able to jump for a long time for Australia. And if I feel like I'm going to go out there and tear my adductor off, then I'm not going to go out and do that. So it's going to be a last-minute decision as to whether I jump or not. I'm not going to make that decision today or tomorrow. I'm just going to do everything I can to try and get myself to the line.
What have you been able to do in training over the last couple of days?
I've sort of done easy accelerations up to maybe 60 or 70%. I put on spikes for the first time yesterday, but just once again doing very easy stuff.
Is that the advice, that if you're not quite right and you do go out there, that you could have a really serious lasting injury out of it?
Oh, look, potentially any time you re-aggravate injuries, like the second and third time, they get harder and harder to recover from. So I really want to compete, especially after being at the stadium last night and feeling the atmosphere. Emotionally, I really want to compete, but I've, at the end of the day, got to make a smart decision as well.
How frustrating has all of this been for you?
Oh, it's frustrating. It really is a case of bad luck. I don't feel like there was any warning signs before the injury. There was no way I could have known that it was going to happen, and for it to happen 10 days before the qualifying round, it's pretty disappointing. After what I feel was quite a good preparation, given I had a lot of troubles during it.
So is it still a case of get to the stadium Thursday, warm up, that's the first time you'll go with poles sort of thing?
Definitely. I'm not going to be doing any jumping prior to Thursday morning. We'll see what happens when we get out there, what strategy we have in the competition if indeed I do jump.
Do you still sense it walking around and that, if you know what I mean, that sort of feeling?
No, not really. I'm walking around pretty normally, and I have been for most of the time. It's just when I stretch out and the muscle gets right on a stretch that I'm aware of it.
Is it the problem of running, or is it the takeoff and rock back?
Well, I did it taking off, so I think that might be the big issue. So we're going to try and do some gymnastics exercises in the next couple of days that kind of replicate that a little bit and see if that pain's still there, if it still happens with that sort of swinging action.
So will it happen out in the warm-up track? Will you do a little test there, or will it not be until you actually get inside the stadium and get on the runway? We don't know.
Don't know. We're still sort of working on a strategy for what we might do on Thursday morning.
Is it a bit hard to keep your sort of mental focus? I mean, if you end up having to compete, are you going to be... this distraction, does it have a sort of debilitating effect?
It's hard to say. I've enjoyed a bit of a different experience. Like I've been out to the track for the last couple of nights, and they've been really great nights of athletics. So I've enjoyed, I guess, having a little bit less pressure on my competition and a little bit less focus on it. And I'm just trying to make the most of the experience of being here and being a member of the Australian Flame and being the captain of the team and trying to support my teammates. So it's been a different experience, and hopefully that works out as a positive if I do get to jump.
What were your thoughts when you pulled out number 13?
Well, I thought, well, that figures, but I think it's quite a cool number, unique number, so I like it.
Didn't call for a redraw as the team captain?
No, I don't think so. Happy with 13.
If you do get there, Steve, would one potential strategy perhaps be jumping less, like moving up big, rolling the dice sort of thing?
Yeah, probably. If I do jump, that's probably what's going to happen. In the qualifying round anyway, I'm, probably will open a little high and just try and get one jump out, because after the qualifying round it's 56 hours before the final, and that's a lot of time in healing.
Obviously it was a completely different situation, but can you take any heart sort of from what Dmitry Markov managed to do back in 01? I mean, that was a race against time, and then he came out and won the gold medal.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex has a long history of having athletes to get injured before majors and manage to get it together and jump well. The thing is, you don't lose any form in that last 10 days or week or whatever. So if I can get out there and jump, I'll still be in as good a shape as I was before the injury. So I know if I get out there and I'm in good enough shape to do it, I'm sure I'll jump well.